Hello, my dear friends, my dear folks. Welcome to the show. Jack Chow hosting the East West Show with lots of proud with G&E TV. We try to focus on every point that is related to your life. Speaking of life, though, nobody can say that I don't care about money. We do care about money, don't we? Right?
Absolutely
Good, very
do.
good. Especially the pocket money. You might have money elsewhere, but your pocket money is the money that you rely upon. Especially, you rely that kind of money upon your retirement, right? For something to the rainy days or so on and so forth, so on and so forth. And well, security is the thing. How to do it is the other. Now today with me are two wonderful friends. They are Mr. David Schwartz, and the managing partner of Modern Woodman, and the financial marketing representative, Jeffrey Chu, of the same organization. You both are welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you very
Jack.
much. Thank you for welcoming us.
And it is always a pleasure for me to get in touch with some professionals to areas, especially when I'm in the dark of. Okay. This is the area that I'm totally benighted of. I'm totally benighted, trust me. All right, I know a dollar is a dollar, but when two put together, I don't know them. I don't tell them, I can't tell them.
It's $2.
That's $2. All right, that's simple, right? But you know, there is a chance, there are chances that $2 might be a little more than two, right? It depends how you can operate. But before we get to the point though, I would like to, if possible, hear something about the Modern Woodman, that organization, by structure, by nature, what you do, so on and so forth. Who will you, let me have the pleasure, please.
Yeah, I'll definitely talk about Modern Woodman. Thank you, Jack. Thank you for welcoming us on the show. Glad to be here. This is an honor and privilege. I'm sure Dave will share the same sentiment with me.
Absolutely. Appreciate the opportunity to speak.
Modern Woodman was founded in 1883 by a man named Joseph Cullen Root.
1883?
Yes, it's been around for a very long time.
Oh, man.
By a man named Joseph Cullen Root. It is the third largest fraternal benefit organization in the country today in terms of assets. Many of the audience is probably wondering, what is fraternal? Fraternal means we have no stockholders. We 100% own and operate for our members, which is over 750,000 nationwide today. We manage over $14 billion of assets, that's billions with a B, and over $36 billion of life insurance in force today.
Oh, God, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money, yes we do.
Yeah, good.
And we also have $1.25 for every dollar of $1.25 on hand for every dollar of liability that we have. So that means your money is safe with us.
I see that you are, in other words, you are operating with an excess of money of 25%.
Yeah.
In other words,
Yes.
right?
Absolutely.
Unless, unlike the other situations, somebody operates with, say, 80% or 85% or 90% of the money they have on their shoulder or something invested. Am I right? Okay,
correct.
That's
that's a
correct.
good note. 1 to 1.25. That's a good thing.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
Yeah, go ahead.
And also, what makes us different, I know that's coming up, what makes us different is our fraternalism. What does that mean? That means giving back to our community. That's a very strong belief we have, and that started way back in 1883 when our organization was founded for widows and orphans. Back in those days, back in the Midwest, everyone would come in together and pool money together to form life insurance.
Yeah, stick to the widow and the orphan parts, please. I find myself interested in that term.
Yeah, so what that is basically, like back in those days, everyone would pool their money together in a city, in a small town or city, and usually back in those days, men would be the one that would work. Women typically didn't work; they were at home taking care of the kids. So what happened was they would pay into a life insurance pool, and if something happened to the man and they wouldn't work, or they couldn't work, or they passed away, they would pay the widows and the orphans the pool of money that the town raised. So it's that's.
Well, similar like today, what we're talking about with life insurance,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay.
And one of the things that really makes us different is giving back. Like I was mentioning, we gave over $300,000 back to our local communities just here in Southern California alone. Nationwide last year, we gave back $19 million just back to local communities. One of our most popular program is matching funds. We do this for families in need. For example, if someone has a family member that's gotten cancer or can't pay their medical bills or nonprofit organizations such as Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, all types of organizations.
Okay, very good.
We match dollar for dollar up to $2,500 of whatever they raise at a fundraiser. And then recently we just started a Make an Impact campaign.
What kind of fundraiser?
Any kind of fundraisers. For example, we've done a matching funds for a basketball game. So the school was having a charity basketball game, and they were raising money for basketball equipment, for travel fees, and for the team. And what we did was they would raise the $2,500, and they raised about.
Let me ask you, David. Sir, I know you're a managing partner of Modern Woman. That means you're one of the bosses.
Correct.
Correct.
All right,
Correct.
good.
Correct.
Let me ask you a question, because Jeffrey mentioned something very important about matching funds. If I create something like a project, right, I need $5 million, right? And would you, well, let me go ahead with a 2.5, and you will match the other 2.5?
It's up to $2,500 is the maximum that we give.
I see,
give to
2,500.
each. Correct.
Okay, within that limit,
Yeah.
2,500.
So if you were a nonprofit charity type of organization and you did a fundraiser, and there are some things that we have to have approved through our home office.
Things are even better because you even get involved with the 2,500, 25,000, right? 25,000 and
2,500.
2,500.
Yes.
Within 2,500, well, that's still an amount of money.
That's a substantial sum of
Still,
money.
that's some good amount of money. Within that range for nonprofit organizations, you will matching fund it.
Yep.
That's absolutely correct.
Okay, very good. Okay, David,
And
your
now-
personal story. How come you're a managing partner? You're one of the big bosses of the big company, big organization.
Right? I'm sorry, what are you asking me?
Is it because you're rich?
No, sir, I'm not rich. I am
That
not
is
rich.
my question. All right, good. Go ahead.
I am not rich. One of the things that really drew me to an organization such as this is the fact that it is a fraternal organization.
Fraternal, I like the term. I like the word, yeah.
So for me, my passion is helping people. And I still have clients that I keep, not very many. Most of them I've given to the advisors. But I will take some on referral. But really my main focus is working with individuals such as Jeffrey and some of the other advisors on our team and helping them become successful in this industry. And then when I can do all of that for a fraternal organization that's focused on giving back to the communities across the United States,
I see.
that's a win-win-win for me. That's really what drew me to this organization. And frankly, I love what I do so much that I make a great living at it, but I do the same thing for less. And not many people can say that.
And of course, we are looking for some fraternal help, right? Fraternal kind of assistance, something like that. And sometimes most of the folks, they know nothing about it. Fraternal is a big word. They are looking for, well, I'm missing a word, avuncular kind of help, right? So that is the thing. And you will soon understand why I ask such a big question even before I start hitting the point. It is simply because that the bigger the reputation of an organization, the more trustworthy of your statement to the answers of my questions.
Absolutely.
When I later go into.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, there's all kinds of talking. There are all kinds of statements, right? Somebody say, hey, I can double your investment within 3 months. Are we going to have to trust that kind of thing? Or within 2 months? Or within a year, okay, at most, like that kind. And somebody say, let me have the money and I will just triple it within 2 years. Something like that. Do we need to go ahead and trust it? And there are all kinds of that. And I have, even though list is short, but to each question, there is a sad story, very, very sad story behind. So that is why I'm asking you to lay a picture about how big the size of an organization is, and mentally and conceptually, how you think about the word finance, right? Okay. All right. My dear audience, today I have a bunch of questions accumulated throughout the time. And especially when we did have some discussion with people from the financial or investment area, I found myself lost in somewhere in between answers or amongst answers. So to get to the point, I looked around for somebody bigger to get a bigger statement or stronger, maybe necessarily. So joining me are Mr. David Schwartz, and he is a managing partner of Modern Woodman, a large company established in 1883. That year, I wasn't born yet. Okay,
Neither was
and
Nor was I.
none of us.
almost
right?
100 years after.
Yeah, and Jeffrey Chu, he is the financial operating representative. So let's take a very short moment now. When we come back, I will hit the points. Hello, dear folks. Welcome back to the discussion about money. Money, 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 money. I love money, but I know little about money. I believe most of my folks know more than I do. I'm the only one at the very bottom knowing nothing about money. Yet, to be responsible to my audiences, though, I would like to use this privilege, sitting here as a host, to gather information for my audiences, right? For that purpose, I have invited two wonderful friends of mine. They are David Schwartz, the managing partner of Modern Woodman, a big firm established in the year before I was born, 1883, and Jeffrey Chu, another friend of mine, good friend of mine. As you can tell by the face, we have the same root, right? Okay, maybe by the same mother, or I don't know.
You're talking about Jeff, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Jeffrey, yes,
Okay.
Jeffrey. all right.
Not you.
Not me.
Not you.
Okay.
Jeffrey, okay, I'm talking about Jeffrey. Jeffrey Chu is the representative of that financial firm. So to both of you, once again, welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much, Jeff.
Okay. We did a little touch base to bring our audience about the size of an organization who these wonderful gentlemen represent, so that we get a little handle of how big the organization is. So we want to establish some kind of credit to whatever your points will be to answer some of my questions. Right? Okay. But first of all, everybody runs a financial firm. There are zillions of firms doing the same thing. How do you differentiate yourself from the rest of the folks? David, please. Since you're a partner, managing partner.
Okay.
Okay.
Actually,
okay.
Jeffrey is the one that's prepared to answer that question for you, if you don't mind. He's probably better suited for that today.
But I'll challenge you.
Okay.
Ah!
All right.
I'm kidding. Go ahead. Whoever feels more comfortable, please.
Jeffrey, go ahead.
Oh, you want
Okay.
me? Okay.
Very good.
So, I mean, like Jack, like you're saying, Jack, everyone has a financial firm. You walk down the street, probably find 10, 20 different financial firms down the
Yes.
street. You could look up on the yellow
At
pages.
parties where you do business card exchange,
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
yeah, 5 out of 10.
Maybe more. Maybe I would say 8 out of 10.
And the other 5, there are 3 out of 5 will be attorneys.
And then the rest are realtors.
Yeah.
You never find a host.
No, never. if you go to networking, I would say 5 out of 10 is someone in financial services.
Good.
2 out of the other 2 are going to be
Real estate.
real estate,
Yeah.
and then 3 are going to be attorneys. Yeah,
I
agree.
see.
agree.
I see. Okay, very good. Go ahead,
What
please.
separates ourselves? One, we are fraternal. We don't have any stockholders, so that separates us. We are member driven, so that members is what we call our clients. So we're member focused and we're member driven. Also, giving back. Giving back to our community is is the biggest thing that separates us. That's our defining difference. Fraternal.
Member driven, giving back. Okay, those are strong points. Go ahead.
In regards to giving back, like I was mentioning, the matching funds, we would match up to $2,500 of everything any nonprofit would raise. So nonprofits such as Boys and Girls Club, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts. Also, I just did one for my high school, South Hills High School, for a basketball game. So these are the kind of things that we do. We also do for families in need. Families in need, they don't need to be members. They don't need to be clients. It's just the right thing to do. We take care of families in need that can't pay their medical bills. If they have a fundraiser, we would match $2,500 as well for what they raise. Also, we just started a campaign called Make an Impact. What Make an Impact is we have a service project fund, and that's $1,000. And this $1,000, we can use it for doing good in the community. Essentially, home office just decided, okay, we're going to take this $1,000 and we're going to let the financial representatives go and do good in the community. I've helped a lot of Eagle Scout projects. So Boy Scout, this Boy Scout is doing a flagpole out in Rancho Cucamonga, helped them out with his Eagle project, and we planted some trees for some kindergartners who didn't have shade. This school out in Walnut, California, they don't have shade for the kindergartners, so the kindergartners are burning up in the summertime. So we're going to plant a big tree. We donate $1,200 towards that. So those kind of things that we do that separate us from other firms.
And,
Okay,
and
go ahead.
if I can also expand a bit on that as well, Jack. One of the important things to us is actually the most important thing to us are our clients. I am the least important in our firm. Clients come first, and then our advisors who deal on a daily basis with the clients. And that is really what's most important. And really individualizing a plan for our clients that makes sense for them, because everybody's different. And we believe that this industry is based on relationships. You have to build a relationship with your clients.
All
And that
right.
grows into trust.
I see.
And so that is one of our major focuses, in addition to obviously what Jeffrey's already expanded upon. So that, I think that the fraternal side and our focus on our clients, that relationship building, that trust that we build with them, I think is the most important. And that really defines who we are.
Exactly, exactly. When I first get in touch with some financial basic, and the first word I learned is trust. And that's why many funds call trust funds. They even use the word as a name of the fund, right?
Yeah.
So trust funds. Trust is the key word of that thing. Why do I give my money to you, let you handle that because I trust you? Why don't I do that to him because I don't trust him? Like that kind of thing, right?
Absolutely.
Trust is the thing. And to build your trust, though, you always want to find out who they are, what they do. By learning who they are, by recognizing what they do, I call kind of like what the philanthropical kind of mind.
Absolutely.
That kind of thing. And it sounds to me that you want to gather the members, like he says, the member-oriented, to go towards the investment market, to earn money there. You're not taking money out of your members' pocket. Am I right?
We, in terms of investment-wise, our whole goal obviously is to help grow wealth and achieve their goals for retirement. We can't guarantee anything, obviously, and nobody can in this industry.
No,
So
nobody can.
that's
Nobody
right.
can.
That's right.
You can. I can't even guarantee I can still be breathing tomorrow.
Right.
So nobody can guarantee. This is down to the point. But thing is that as long as you open your own mind like this, though, there is more word called the trust, right? Okay. Let me get to the questions. I really have those things that bothers me a lot, right? What is a prevention, and how can we prevent to become a victim of frauds?
Yeah, so that's a really tough question. It's a lot of layers to it. I would say personally, for me, it's about trusting your gut. If something doesn't smell right, something doesn't feel right, probably isn't right. And look out for things that are too good to be true. If someone's promising you, a full 5 acres of land for $1 an acre, a dollar a square foot, probably not true.
Sure.
Also it's do your research.
All right. I will have to make a serious note about that.
Do your research.
Too good to be true.
Do your research. I mean, Google is on your phone now, right? You can pull out your phone, you can pull out Google, and whatever they're trying to sell you, whatever they're trying to give to you, put it into Google, and I promise you that something will come up. So there's the consumer protection. They have there's an agency of the federal government that has that as well. You can look on their website and you can take a look at what they have to say about certain topics, and those are just basic things that people can do to prevent themselves from being victims of fraud or Ponzi schemes, anything like that.
Individuals really should do, as Jeffrey said, their due diligence. There are so many opportunities for people to be taken advantage of, especially when you're talking about elderly individuals. And,
Yeah, exactly.
And that's
if everybody is as smart as Jeffrey is, I have no problem with.
Right.
But what if somebody sometime walks me like that, walks me like myself, who knows nothing about him? I trust everybody. You tell me I can make like an emperor I'm in a building or an empire building overnight. I still trust you. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So the due diligence is extremely important, and there's nothing wrong with getting a second opinion. For instance, if you have an illness and you go see a doctor and they diagnose some terrible disease, you'll want to go talk to another doctor. It's the same thing in the financial services industry. When you talk to somebody, I'd go get a second opinion. Talk to somebody else and hear what they have to say about the suggestions. I've had clients call me and say, Dave, I just talked to somebody else, another financial advisor with another firm, and within 2 minutes, he told me that I need to open an annuity. And there's just no way, Jack, that you can determine in 2 minutes' time over the telephone that that's the appropriate course of action for that individual. So things like that are suspect.
Exactly.
And I've sat across the table from clients that literally the husband is sitting probably 5 feet back in his chair with his arms folded. His body language is screaming, right? That he doesn't want to be there. And he point blank told me he didn't trust me. And so I took off my jacket, I loosened my tie, and I said, I don't blame you, you don't know me, but let's just chat for a while. I'll get to know you, you'll get to know me. And within 2.5 hours, he has me out in his garage, he's showing me his muscle car and his motorcycle and stuff like that.
Okay.
So really, that's what it's about. And there's nothing wrong with, if somebody gives you a plan, Jack, and it looks good, you can take it to somebody else. You can bring it to Jeffrey, you can bring it to myself, and we'll review that.
All right.
We may not have the same opinion, but we can certainly tell you if it makes sense or it doesn't.
Exactly, exactly. My dear audience, those are very, very important points. If I would like to, if possible, I would like to repeat it. Always ask a question if it is too good to be true. Am I right?
Absolutely.
And then, if you're not sure, you can always Google it.
Exactly.
Right. And if by any chance you do not trust a thing, try to do your homework, do your own due diligence to find out. And if you are still not sure about it, you can always ask around to get a second opinion.
Yep.
Those are the ways to prevention. I mean, to prevent becoming a victim, especially older folks. I mean, when I say older folks, I'm saying people younger than me, than myself, right? So they want to be secured for the rest of their life, and yet they don't know how. So we will get to the point to some of my questions that I listed here as those all kinds of bits, right? There are gem coins or bitcoins, all kinds of coins. And also plans of multi-level marketing, stuff like that. I would ask those professionals to find out the answer to those. Please stay with us. Hello, dear folks. Welcome back to the discussion about money. Like I said, this is the thing that I'm most interested in, yet know nothing about. That's why I work very hard. That's why I do my due diligence to find out. Call it homework, whatever. Anyway, money is the thing. When you do have $1 in your pocket, you want to invest it. You want to make sure I want to keep 50 cents myself for my milk and bread, right? And then you use the extra $50. I don't recommend that you go ahead with 100% of the $1 to invest. Yet, there are all kinds of firms, financial firms, that can help you. We always want to find the best of the good, right? And so in the process of finding who is the best, so I get in touch with my good friend, Jeffrey, and Jeffrey says, yes, he's willing to come here to share, and he grabbed Mr. David Schwartz, who is a managing partner of Modern Woodman. It's a big, big firm established way before I was born, 1883, and he, of course, you belong to that organization too, to share about how they differentiate themselves from the rest of folks, and yet to give us those, I would say, very, very golden advices to always ask yourself if it is too good to be true, to always get a second opinion, to always Google it, and to always do your due diligence, right? Welcome to that. Welcome back to show.
Thank you.
I have questions. I have some questions.
Fire away, Jack.
Thank you. Thank you. They have the bitcoins, right? they have the virtual currencies, so on and so forth these days. And they, a while ago, I heard the term called the gem coins. So who are those, please? Or what are those, please?
Well, at Modern Woodman, we don't really deal with Bitcoins or gem coins. Can't accept them as form of payment, right?
That's correct.
You can't invest with those. Those don't. Those, you can't. You're not allowed to use those to invest.
But it's very soliciting.
Yeah. Well, with Bitcoin, it's a form of cryptocurrency. What it is, it's an online version of cash. Now, a lot of people are starting to accept Bitcoin because it's a lower fee than a credit card. So if you accept a credit card if you're an online payment processor, you have an online website. Let's say you're selling pens. Credit cards will charge you 2%, 3% to process online. If you accept Bitcoin, they'll charge you as low as 0 to less than 2%. So that's why it's becoming popular. In terms of gem coin, that term, that is actually something that the SEC as well as the LA Superior Court are investigating. What gem coin is because Bitcoin, there's nothing really backing it. So two individuals, they thought it'd be a great idea to tell everyone that they have something backing these coins. So just how back in the day, before U.S. currency used to be backed by gold, gem coin is backed by mines. These amber mines.
So the gemstones.
Yeah, exactly. Amber mines in South America.
Uh-huh.
However, with the investigation, they found out that these gem coins actually didn't have any backing from any of these mines. The two individuals that founded the company, Gem Coins, said their parent company, Alliance Finance Group, actually had these amber mines, had over $50 billion of amber worth in South America. Unfortunately, that was not true at all. This is according to the Pasadena Star News, because the company is based out of Pasadena. So now they're under investigation, and right now a lot of they've frozen all the assets, seized all of it, and they're working towards getting the money back for the clients or the people that invested in.
The problem is a lot of people got into it. There's no way to bail them out. There's no way to bail out because your money in there, money kind of fled, right? David, was that
That is correct. It's gone. And this is one of those examples where you really must do your due diligence. If you don't understand an investment or you don't understand a process or procedure, it's extremely important that you learn as much about it as possible. And just as Jeffrey mentioned before, Google is a great resource in terms of looking things up. If you were to Google gem coins or Bitcoins right now, you'd get every bit of that information that Jeffrey just shared with you, plus more and more and more. And I would urge individuals, always do that kind of research before they get themselves into anything. Talk to people about it. And if you don't understand it, it doesn't make sense. It's hard for instance, with Bitcoin to get your money back. Once it's gone, it's gone. You don't have any recourse, unfortunately. For instance, if you bought something with a credit card, you have some recourse, right? In a lot of cases, the credit card company can get your money back.
So you keep it, right?
That's correct.
All right.
And it's a difficult situation. So if it's not clear and understood,
gentlemen, our time is evolving, right? We're into a time where everything seems to be brand new.
Yeah.
Right. It used to be the thing that a situation to me that finance is finance, marketing is marketing, and investment is investment. Now it's all mixed with the internet thing. You never tell which is which. Take, for example, the multi-level marketing, call it the pyramid, or if you may. So how do you people as professionals in that business, in the area, look at those multi-level marketing and the pyramid marketing, please?
Yeah, with multi-level marketing, here at Woodman, we don't really deal with too much of multi-level marketing. We at networking events, we'll see people that are in multi-level marketing. Multi-level marketing, that's according to the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission. It's individuals will sell products to other individuals, usually by word of mouth marketing or through direct sales, and the people that made the sale will earn a commission. and they usually earn commission based on what they sold to that person and what that person they sold to sells to other people.
Yeah.
As far as multi-level marketing, that's there's a place for it. It's a way for people to make a living, but some of them are a little bit of a pyramid scheme, a little bit possibly people should consider looking them up a little bit before they join up or sign up. A lot of them ask you to sign up, bring you to conventions, and ask you to sign up and give you a big rally and get you really excited about it. But do your research, do your due diligence. Take time to research what you're getting yourself into. Just for example, when you start a job, if someone interviewed you, it's a two-way process, right? The interviewer is trying to get to know you. You're trying to get to know the interviewer. So you will look up the company. You will Google the company that you're going to go work for before you.
It's a two-way selection.
Exactly. Right. So take a look at that.
Okay, David. People at your level, though, what do you say about this multi-level marketing piece?
The thing about multi-level marketing, in my opinion, and really how we view it, is that it makes sense in some cases. If I'm going to go buy a product, maybe a set of knives or some soap or something physical and tangible, that's a little bit different in my mind. But if I'm going to go to somebody and focus on financial planning, I want some financial security, I want to plan for my retirement, it doesn't make sense to me to go to somebody that might be an amateur, just hired by somebody to be in a part-time role and not really trained efficiently or effectively to really understand what the market does or why it does what it does, and to help somebody reach that retirement. It doesn't make sense to invest or trust someone that is just hired off the street, because that's another opportunity for somebody 2, 3, 4, 5 levels above to make $1.
You're right.
It doesn't make sense to me. So for us, we're a career agency. I don't hire somebody on a part-time basis. It doesn't do me any good. It doesn't do the clients any good.
Okay, very good, very good. And those are very basic to my audience. To understand that thing, you really have to get to the very bottom. The very bottom being, I may probably take the whole segment of the next segment, the coming segment, to clarify, because lots of people like me who are babies, who are so dummy, they are like babies in the whole area knowing nothing about it. Okay.
Sure.
And to me, that, for example, if I produce 100 of these pens, that costs me $1 each, right? And I want to sell them at $5 a piece, so that gives me 400% of profit, right? Now I change it. Instead of selling the pen to the market for $5, I do $1.50 per to a multi-level marketing network. In addition to selling 100 of the pens, they can sell 1,000.
Absolutely.
Right? So with that example, when we come back, my dear audience, we'll find out where the money comes from. And we'll probably, by that, grabbing that as a handle, if we can find out what's deeper in there. Hello, my dear folks. Welcome back to the show. My dear audiences, I love you so much. That's why every time when moment allow, I put information together, me and my team working very hard in that regard, with the information that we believe will help you improve your day-to-day life. So for the betterment, for the community. With me today are two wonderful friends. We have Jeffrey Chu, representative of Modern Woodman, a big financial firm that helps people by membrane-driven as their principles, and by giving back to the community, by finding family needs, stuff like that. So those are something that the community needs. So with me, we have also Mr. David Schwartz. We're talking about the financial market, there are frauds there, all kinds of frauds. For prevention, you want to protect yourself by do your due diligence. To the point that we have questions, namely I have questions, okay? And I told you that I simply challenge myself because I don't even know what I'm talking about. Okay. Anyway, but I know how I feel. I know how I feel, okay? Yeah. I have two examples. I want you to clarify where the money comes from, right? I'm a producer of this pen that cost me $1 each, and I made 100 of them. That's $100, my total cost. I plan to sell the pen, and I am successfully selling for $5 each, and I made $400 my profit, which is 400%. Now, I changed my marketing schedule on pattern. I use the multi-level. I sell the pen to you and to you. Each of you will sell to other two, and the number goes on and on and on. And for that, I have to give you cheaper, not a $5. I give you $1.50, for example. And I end up selling 1,000 pens. Lots of folks who are involved in the selling of the pens are not users of the pens, not consumers. So to producer-consumer relationship, to a producer multi-leveler relationship, how do you as financial professionals tell the difference, please?
Tell the difference between...
We need to go to school, I believe.
Yes.
Go back to school.
I mean, this is a complicated economy type of question, and you're talking about from manufacturer to end user.
Yeah.
And when you go multi-level marketing route, there's a few things that happen. In most cases, as you indicated, you would be able to sell more of your pens.
Mm-hmm.
And that makes a lot of sense. What's going to happen, though, is you're going to have to give up a part of your earnings as a result of all the additional individuals that are involved in that process.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So that's going to diminish your profit. There's other things that counterbalance that, though. For instance, on the manufacturing side, because now you're buying in much larger quantities, you get those types of discounts from who you purchase from. So there are ways to make money up in terms of what you lose or what gets diminished because of the number of individuals that are involved in that pipeline, that distribution to the end user. But I don't think that's the most effective way to do that. It really does not make a whole lot of sense. Because while the pen is not very complicated, and many people could sell a pen, there's other things that are much more complicated than just a pen that I believe people are involved in and try to get to the end user that aren't qualified to do so.
Of course, they are even confused at the pen. If you give them something 10 times complicated than pencil, they are 10 times lost.
Yep.
Right?
Correct.
In my case, when I ask question, I'm asking only one thing. Instead of from producer to consumer, you're moving from producer to multi-leveler, who are not consumer at all.
Right.
And what are pens for?
Yeah.
In a philosophical way.
Yeah.
Right? And then when you do marketing for what? Well, you do marketing in this former case, pattern A, you benefit pen users.
Yes.
And in the second case, who do you benefit? So I'm getting lost, that's why.
So I'm sorry, so who do you benefit?
Yeah, who do you benefit? No pen user, there's no pen users there. Why am I producing a pen?
A lot of these multi-level marketing, some people, they do use the products. Like if I sell if I sell you something, let's say for example the pen, you do use the pen. Most people, in my opinion, most people won't get into a sales position to sell something they don't believe in. So if you produce the pen, just like you said, you sold it to Dave and myself, and Dave and myself, we are still users of the pen, because why would we purchase your pen or join your organization to sell your pen if we didn't use it? So the pen is a metaphor, but it could be anything. It could be weight loss coffee.
We use it
as
as
a
metaphor, yes.
It could be anything. It could be weight loss coffee. It could be knives. It could be anything.
Widgets.
Or vacuum cleaners. We do use the product. It's just we are also selling the product as well for you, in a sense. That makes a little more sense.
Probably, David, we should shift a little bit by picking up another example. For a instance, if there's only 100 pens available on Earth, nobody can produce anymore, right? And I would say if there are 100 dealers who are involved in selling this 100 pens, so you get like $5 a piece, right? All right. Now, if there's 10,000 dealers getting involved, what would be the situation? Number one question. Number two question is that does that call for more pens? And the prerequisite is that there's only 100 pens on Earth. So, what significance? I'm thinking deeper than I can say, because financially I have no term to express it.
Right.
So probably you can help.
Well,
me.
what's going to happen is if you have a multitude of individuals that want the pen to sell in their business, and you have only 100 pens, that's
on Earth.
On Earth, that's going and the capability of, or the incapability of making any additional or producing any additional, that's going to drive the price of that pen way up. It's no longer a $5 pen, Jack. That is probably $1 million.
That is exactly why I'm asking.
Right.
So what does the benefit consumer? So
it doesn't, well, other than the fact that it's an extremely valuable item.
Jeffrey, when you started making your statement, you just mentioned one thing first, that you are what? You're member driven. You're member oriented. So if everybody sells pen like David says, that drives up to $1 million per pen or per piece, then where are your consumers? There is none.
Your consumers on the pen. So if the price goes up, you can't make any more pens.
No.
If you're not making any more pens, obviously the price has to go up. And I don't really understand your question, because your question, where are your consumers because the pen is so expensive? There's still going to be consumers.
Nobody can consume it.
There are people out there.
There are people that
They're
will.
still there.
They're
still there.
If you look at someone just bought a piece of art.
All right, now comes the moment.
See?
Now comes the moment, right? Everybody sees, wow, there's only 100 pens on Earth, and the price is already $1 million. It's going to still go up because more people want it. Let's invest. Is this the term investment applies?
That's a difficult question, Jack.
Difficult.
And it's difficult from the perspective that not everybody's going to be in the same financial picture. Like I mentioned before, when we sit with a client, we try to assess their current financial situation, and we also take a hard look at what their goals are. And in most cases, really help them establish those goals. And then we have to fill in that middle ground. We have to help them achieve this goal at the end. Okay? So that's important. So if, in terms of investing, I'd have to do my due diligence in terms of looking at the pen as an investment. You know, what is the goal for the client? What is the opportunity for more pens maybe in the future to be produced? Is this going to be a fly-by-night gem coin sort of situation, right? And frankly, for me and our firm, it's important that we look
By the way, next discussion or next time when you're in class, you try to use my pen terms. Jack's pen.
I'm going to do
Yeah,
that.
use that. Jack's pen.
Jack's pen.
Could I?
I didn't fake it for nothing. I have a bigger question to ask till the end of the show. Go ahead, please, sir. I like your statement.
Okay, so where did I leave off?
You were talking, yeah. Go ahead.
You left off on helping clients, determining if the pen is suitable.
Right, so that investment, we'd have to do our due diligence and make sure that that is an appropriate investment. In terms of us and our firm, we like to have some proven opportunities. We can't guarantee anything. Unfortunately, nobody can.
Okay, very
Just
good.
like you mentioned before, you don't know if you're going to be breathing tomorrow.
I
don't know that either. But we cannot make any guarantees in that regard. But we'll certainly do our best to help guide them in the right direction.
You know what I want to say, mister? I want to say thank you, David, for saying that sounding statement. It sounds to me that you are not pursuing for those kind of whatever XYZ gems or XYZ coins or those Jackson model whatever. You're doing your business in the traditional way, which is so profound, which is based upon homework, everybody's homework, which promises nothing, right?
Absolutely.
Too much of promises sometimes they break easy.
Yep.
Right? I understand.
Thank you, Jack.
And I really thank you for coming here, share the information. And also, I like your traditional way of doing at Modern Woodman. And Jeffrey Chu, the financial representative of Modern Woodman, and Mr. David Schwartz, his managing partner. To both of you, we're over time already, sorry. But I believe that it is worth our time. Thank you very much for sharing. And to my audience, thank you very much for watching. I sincerely hope that it will give you a little assistance or a little help when you need. All right? Thank you very much.